the Go programming language. A common thread in the Go programming language is that many things that we receive on other languages via external tools we already get bundled inside the actual Go programming language. The Go programming language comes with a set of tools. We have the Go command line. With the Go command line, we can run coverage, we can run tests, we can get an HTML report of our coverage, we can build, we can run files, we can package files, and we can create new packages. Once we downloaded the GoLang into our computer, we get it bundled in. Another example is testing. If in other languages, such as Java, we would need to include an external library like JUnit in order to get proper testing, it's already bundled in the language. We just do import testing, and then there is a convention for the test name. It must start with capital letter T, test, and then inside brackets T star testing.t. And then if you want to fail the test, then t.error and then the message. Again, we did not need to download an external library. It's already bundled inside the language. Another example of something that is bundled in the language is handling Jsons. So in Go, in order to define a JSON, we define a variable, let's say my JSON :equals, which is the assignment, and then backtick, and then the JSON string. And this variable would include a data type of JSON. In order to assign this JSON into a struct in the GoLang is a type, a complex type, where we can have multiple fields. Let's say we have type struct, and then in brackets, curly brackets, first name, last name, age. So in order to assign the JSON into this struct, we still have a struct, first name, last name, and we define that it's string, but in the end of each line of each member field, we also have backtick JSON : and then if in our JSON the field name for first name was named first underscore name, then first underscore name. We basically give for each line the tip of how to find the field inside the JSON. And then to take the JSON into an object, into the type, we use JSON.unMarshal and JSON.Marshal to get it as a string. If you want to get it indented, JSON.Marshal indent. Channels in Go are a way of communication. When we have a program and we want to pass data from one point to another inside the program, we could use functions, right? Because if a function receives a parameter, it's like we transmitted this variable into this function. But there is another way. We use make brackets chan int if we want a channel of int, and then we can send things to this channel. How do we send things to the channel? We use the left arrow, and on the right side what we want to send, and on the left side the name of the channel that we want to send things to. If we want to get things from a channel, then again, on the right side we would have the name of the channel and then a left arrow, and on the left side we would have the variable that we want to get things into. In Go we also have built-in closing of resources. Use defer space close, and in brackets the things that you want to close. For example, a channel or a file. You can define this defer close in chan in the beginning of the function just after you define the channel, and when the function will end, then Go knows, because you use the defer keyword, to automatically close this resource. In order to run things in parallel in Go, then inside your program you do Go space, and then you can call a function, and this function would run in parallel. In Go, we can define interfaces. We define interfaces with type animal interface, and then in curly braces a list of functions if you want to define an animal interface. If you have two interfaces, they do not need to inherit one from another. If a function receives an animal and the interface doc implemented all the functions that animal implemented, then Go would know that if you send to a function that receives animal a dog, it can accept it just because it has implemented all the functions of animal. The compiler will complain if one of the functions is not implemented. You don't need to extend one from another, etc.